Hey guys, The Minute here, and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. This is the horror game the dating simulator turned horror game. Wrong way. There you go. Now, it says if you are easily disturbed, not to watch, and not for children either. Individuals suffering from anxiety, depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. Okay, well, I'm going to play it anyway. Playing Doki Doki. You're at least 13 and consent. Oh, it was the agree button. I was like, what the heck was that noise? It's supposed to turn that way. Yes, I'm over 13. Not suitable for children or those easily disturbed. I'm already disturbed. I think we're good. Okay, full screen. Let's turn down the music volume just a bit. Okay. My name, I don't know that. Well, Demented fit. Okay, sometimes it doesn't. I think this is just a click. Hey! Oh god. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air. She's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Hi. No. Oop, did I go too far? Shoot. Sorry guys, I skipped a little bit. You know the kind of friends you never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out, because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. And I would get tired of waiting up. Man, I cannot read today. Not that ever I can, it seems. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I only know that it turns horror game because I've heard about it. I've not actually played any of it, not seen it played. So, yeah. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I don't know. That sounded horrible. I overslept again! But I got you this time! Maybe, but it's only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Eh! You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Yes, very. That means that's mean. I never said I was nice. I always tell people that. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to be... You don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. That's not true. Whatever you say, sorry. Okay, never mind. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Demented, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Now, I was told this is a little slow going at first, but we'll get there. Just forewarning. Yeah, that's not true. You told me you joined a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations, where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content on getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I died at the thought of you becoming a NEET. Okay, whatever the hell that is. In a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Please, at least promise me you'll try a little. Fine, whatever. Go to hell, Yuri, or Sayori, whatever the hell your name is. Why do I let myself get lectured by a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I'm guessing seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind just a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. I know people like that. School day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sarah wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? My voice is like cracking every time I try to talk. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me as if it's going to make you late to your own club. Try that. Maybe I can speak a little bit better. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. You know what? Well, that you'd come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Okay, well, we know where this is going. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it'd be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who had proposed to the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned this all out. I try not to block the text so you guys can read it if I'm reading too fast. I'll let it out alongside. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Good deal. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the hallway, or across the school and up the stairs. The section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. And I know this sounds boring, or seems boring, guys, but stick with it. It's supposed to get really good here later. Ah, demented. What a surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yeah. Four-way! What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear as she turns around towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, full of energy. This is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. Okay. She's supposed to be one of the most evil ones, I know that. For sure. I watched a game theory on it. That's about the closest I did get. I watched the theory video. He had like 2 of them. It's great to see you again. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class for last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me generally feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, demented. We made room at you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. We're supposed to actually make decisions here later. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. How about I make some tea as well? The girls have arranged desks to form a table. As Sarah mentioned, it's been widened, so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk around to the corners of the room where Natsuki grabs wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. I should have grabbed some water for this. Natsuki lifts the foil tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes. A dozen for 4 people? It's 3 apiece. How fat do you think? I mean, I am fat, but Jesus. I'm sure these 3 would only eat maybe 1 apiece, but still. But anyway, a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. Whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate that were used to make ears. So cute! I'm sorry, I make myself laugh. I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Yeah, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sarah grabs the first one, and then Monica, and I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet, full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thinking of me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table and carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Not really, but okay. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. She doesn't look insulted, she looks embarrassed. And at that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. They all want a dick! So what made you consider the literature club? This is definitely getting demonetized. Yeah. I think I seen, actually. Well, I seen that it was uploaded. I'd been keeping myself away from the actual videos. Okay. I don't know why it'd have an echo, but... It's probably because I had to turn and move myself a little bit, so I wasn't blocking the text. Right here behind me. Let me see if it fixes it when I move back. Is that any better? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Actually, let me make sure that's not it. Because the mic was on my headset. Maybe it's got 2 microphones trying to go. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? No, you guys know I normally do. Yeah, a lot of people seem to want it, so I'm like, okay, well, we'll play it. And I've heard things about it. I've seen the game theory on it. So, and normally I would do voices, but my voice isn't really handling it very well. So, you could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity. I just spit all over myself. Okay, so maybe it was the microphone on the headset. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity, and that's how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. It gets scary. A few hours. Shit. So probably next episode. Because I'll stream for a few hours, or 2 to 3 hours. So, and if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. It'd help if I could actually read it. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Yeah. So if this part's not your thing, go for it. I don't mind. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. I lost my place when I was in the middle of reading. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Can I skip to the decisions? Okay. We'll skip a little bit of it. I want to get to the horror crap. That's my point. Such different girls. All interested in the same goal. Okay, so there's 4 of them. Okay. Then we're having a 5-way, I guess. Because they all want the dick. I must have worked really hard just to find out these. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Demented, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half-jokingly. Atsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she's quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Stephen King. How about that? Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Speaking which, are you guys having any lag issues like yesterday's? Because I've changed the bitrate a little bit, and hopefully that'll help. Yuri's your favorite? Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Yeah. Okay, no lag for you guys today? That's good. Okay, so my reducing... and the quality's okay and all that? That's great. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on to clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements that usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Awesome. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something so I can relate to the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Well, then screw you too. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you were. Saori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing on to oneself. Excuse me. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Just that look. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay! I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we share with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little bit more comfortable with each other. It strengthens the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Demento? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said that I'd join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. That's me. I always lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Demented. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the club. One by one, their eyes light up. I'm so happy. Wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Well, I am just here for the cupcakes, so get off! Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem, bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Demented, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really apply the class after Star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sarah and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for the clubs. Might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh god, I actually have to pick words. Fireworks. Fear. I'm going with darker stuff. Oh, there's nothing dark here. Headphones, why not? Despise. That was a little loud. Disiesto. I don't care what you guys like. It's just whatever comes down to, it's coming down to. I'm not here to intentionally yeah, get anybody. Okay, there's nothing good here. Disoriented. Death! Okay. Anger. I'm seeing nothing good. Graveyard. Really? I gotta do all this crap. And horror. Awesome. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least it kept my word. Welcome back to the Literature Club. I didn't even pay attention who was happy with most of that. I was less comments, so everybody else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not even accustomed to it. Oh, come on. He deserves any, like he deserves any slack. Sayori excuse me. Sarah told me you didn't even want to come join any of the clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or whatever. What a bitch. But if you don't take this seriously, then I won't see the end of it. Itsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Itsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops her back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Demented always gets his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your home on fire once. Wow. You two really are good friends, aren't you? I may be a little jealous. How come you and Demented can be good friends too? That's not what she wants. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri, he brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori just made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't even thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Don't worry about it. Ugh, I'm slobbering everywhere. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so you should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how a girl accidentally became so cute. She picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading that much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I just realized I drooled a little bit. It's not really because of me, it's girls, trust me. It's because I can't breathe out my nose. I enthusiastically take a book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for the chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. She's in the closet! I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. I think I know which book it is, too. Because this was in the game theory. Which I'm probably going to put down in the description. That way, if you guys haven't seen it, go for it. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and ours meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. I'm sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm out of this sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? Uh-huh. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you come to have two copies of the same book. Ah, well, I stopped by the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Uh-huh. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to go. I'm definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled The Portrait of Markov. Yep, that was it. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Alright, I don't remember what the theory is about on this, but I know it was about which girl is actually evil, or the most evil, or all that crap. And then they dove into what the book's about and all that. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's a girl who in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and life starts to fall apart. Which is supposed to be like a foreshadowing of the game. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I had totally forgot that Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Yeah, the game definitely wants you to go for her. At first. Nope, I didn't mean to click. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, own philosophy that they can believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be naive for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm not rambling, am I? Not again. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. One of the things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I'm talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Yeah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me get out of the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I'd put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to yours. Yeah? Are you sure? I just love their reactions on their faces, their expressions. You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something that I'm not very used to. Can I use the controller on this or not? I mean, there's no reason to, but it'd just be a little quieter. Nope, I can't. Okay. I just figured it'd be a little quieter so you're not hearing click, 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 click. It's reading company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I opened the book and started the prologue. I soon understood what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, it was just... You're really apologizing a lot, don't you? I do? I don't mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk tilts up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I did the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're a little even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face in the corner of my vision. Are you ready to turn the page? Oh, sorry. Alright. Yeah, I kind of figured this would not be your thing until it gets there, and I know it's late for you anyway, or early, depending on how you look at it. So, see ya, Quill. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how, but I'm able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me. So I turn it, by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it. Only they can make reading a book sexual. I swear. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she's also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But demanded, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing you think that. Wait. I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. She jumps. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, inspired from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. My guess I'll do something more reading tonight. Some more reading tonight. Ugh. Or would you prefer that I read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? It's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. I relaxed the snids. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done anything like this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sarah and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sarah uses on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Mitsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, well, since... Oh, okay, first, I guess we'll go with Yuri, because the game seems to want to lead you that way. Yuri seems to be the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exponential. What is that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I know that. I mean, Yuri tries not to find unable to find an excuse. She tries to find her words as breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get it going a little bit. There's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick it up on them. I think most noticeable is the thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit it to the two together. The end result is both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, I'll leave it up long enough that you guys can read. I'm kind of getting tired of reading it for now. Of course, that's not something you can blame for. Basically, we just want to know if she likes it or not. She's a bit biased. Because she wants me. You shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh god, I have issues with cursive, guys. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber globe, bathing. It must be this one, last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last you get... Oh, correction, it's not really cursive I have issues with, it's when they curve it like she did. It's called Ghost Under the Light. I'll let you guys pause and read it. It wasn't bad handwriting, I just couldn't read it very well. I could read it if I took my time, but... Also, okay, my character likes the poem, so... Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences into the works. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn than putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too. Nah. Oh, burp. Excuse me. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you. Me too. Okay, let's go say Ori. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's yours? Your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy that'd be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. But that's not why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Of course. But not really into it. But that doesn't mean I'll break my... I missed what I was reading. See, it's like I said before. You're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason. I'm kind of curious what the hell my poem says. I don't know about you guys. That'll be my way of thinking. Alright. I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, I'll see about that. Okay, I can read this one. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of the bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Or are you trusting me to wish the rainy day away a rainy day? I look above, the sky's blue. It's a secret. I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Awesome. Where's the thing? There it is. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I'm still trying my best. Oh yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It just came out. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. I'm sorry, I just find it funny. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write down the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. We'll save Monica for last. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. I swear she is a bitch! That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for you, for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sorry. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can see, cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That seems kind of lazy. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made me fall flat on purpose. It helps me bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. But didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Okay then. Hi, Demented. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I want to share your poem with me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. I don't know where that laugh comes from. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's not that sort of barrier that we should be able to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand her my phone. Oh, great job. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. You seem so disingenuous. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts whenever I put in some effort. That's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write it like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. See, I think if we do in this, then I'll go through a lot of it off stream, just to kind of get to the good stuff. That, and I really don't want to read, or I don't want to read all of this. I'm a bit biased towards the own kinds of styles, but I always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Sure. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not that good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay, see, this cursive... Oh, I guess it's not cursive. It's just angled. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See that direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Holy crap, ours is long. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choice. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Okay. Very freeform, if that's what you call it. I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. It kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. We're not playing this back to back. There's no way. Until we get into some of the horror-based stuff, I don't think I'm gonna be very interested in this. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could just say I have some kind of empathy recently. Epiphany. It's been really influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous about talking about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you are writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up for later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen at the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. I guess it's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little bit more stressful than anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging my mediocre writing skills. Abilities, whatever. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. There's this literature club, after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrowed frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles softly. What is with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean to have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Well, if looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Demented did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciated the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Demented liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Mitsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Demented appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? You're fighting over me. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Demented started showing. Awesome. Natsuki, okay, this is some interesting text. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if just noticed I was standing here. Demented. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? You know, I just realized how hard it is to read when your nose is plugged up. The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Demented. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Demented? Well, you're gonna make me do a decision? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. I'm going with Yuri. I'll be Sayori. Yuri. Natsuki! You're right. I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be mean. Wait, I picked Yuri. What the hell? You guys saw me click Yuri. Whatever. I'm still confused as to why it picked Natsuki. Unless it went ahead and went with Natsuki first and then... Okay. Anyway, yeah. You know what, let's just finish out this day. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? Not gotten frustrated. You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, you're too kind. And thankfully to have a part in this club now. That's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about you, no... I would never do anything so shameful. What did Natsuki say? Never mind. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Demented, how about you? Yeah, I'd say about the same. It was a neat thing to talk with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded to myself with a newfound determination. Demented! You ready to walk home? Let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? And Natsuki a little bit. No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Suri still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in. She's so naive. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulders. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Oh god, another poem. A tone. Anxiety. Frightening! Extreme! Graveyard! Okay, I see I am impressing Yuri without even meaning to. Sticky melody, Doki Doki. I think Doki Doki probably gets them all or something. I don't even remember. It was like beat of the heart. I looked it up. Hurrah! Oh jeez, stupid nose. Lazy! Special headphones, playground, sweet tragedy. Question. Oh wow, suicide, that's a little dark. Click it though, apparently. Unstable. She's easy to impress. Scars. Like I said, I don't care which one. I'm just picking out words. Without love, pain. Can't get enough pain. Alright, I think we'll leave it here, guys. So, leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we'll get into the horror stuff here soon. So, I will see you guys in the next video. I don't even know if anybody's still hanging out in the stream. See ya.